hope you're doing well. Welcome back. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about wanting to control and dictate the way our career is going to turn out. In our minds, we believe that, we have this vision of this is the way our career and our life is going to turn out. And when things don't go according to plan, anxiety and depression and so many things build up, and you start to look at your life and start to wonder what happened and start to question things rather than just letting things play out. And you start to take a look around you and look at your friends and family and all that and see where they're at, and you start to have resent towards yourself and how come things haven't panned out the way you wanted them to. But if you just take a step back and let the process play out, things will change. Let me give an example. With me, for example, I'm like, okay, well, once I get this role, or I get in this movie, or I become a guest star or a series regular in a TV show, whether it be on cable or network television or Netflix or Hulu or one of these shows, that's when this will happen. And I have this vision that after I get this, that's when things will happen. Or I must meet this person to go that way, or I must go into this acting class for things to happen that way. Or I'm gonna become an actor, do it for 5-10 years, then I'm gonna switch to traveling the world as an ambassador, for example. And that's not me allowing life to dictate things to me. That's being rigid and just focused on one path and one struggle, when I believe that there's God out there, there's a higher being that has something greater than you ever expected for your life, bigger than your dreams, if you just allow it to happen. We get so caught up on life is short. Well, life is short and time does keep ticking, and time is that one resource that you can't get back once it's gone. But that doesn't mean that you only got 5 years left. I see people who are 30, 32, 33 years old and like, yeah, it's time to pack it up. Like, pack what up? Why? Right? Like, you're only in your 30s. Even if you're in your 40s or 50s, even if you're in your 60s, right? Like, it's barely even halftime. If you're in your 40s or 45, you're not even at halftime yet. So stop getting caught up in speed. I saw a quote or a meme the other day that said Kamala Harris met the love of her life at 49 years old, got married at 50, and then she reached a crazy milestone in her life at age 56, which is becoming vice president in the United States. Joe Biden failed after running for president 2 times and failed other elections as well. And at the age of 79, or I believe he's 79, now he becomes the president of the United States. And we judge and dictate success on speed rather than the actual being of wherever you wanted to go at whatever age. Who cares what age you are when you attain whatever it is? Why is that important? Why do we measure success when we reach a milestone at a young age? It's just as valuable if you reach it at an older age. We think that people are more impressive when they do all these amazing things at a younger age, and people who don't are not good. Well, that's not true, right? Sometimes people have lived different lifestyles, different struggles, right? I tend to get hard on myself sometimes, and then say, well, Mahmoud, take a step back, man. Your family came to this country when I was 4 years old, right? So that's not starting the race at the same speed as everybody else. But don't make excuses for yourself, because you still have opportunities, right? You have so many opportunities that so many others don't. So don't get into this mindset that, oh, I became this age and I just gotta pack it up, because so many people would kill to be in your position. I know people who come to this country at the age of 40 and 50 and still try to live out their dreams, or would kill to be in those positions, right? Like, I take a look at my life. My father came to this country when he was 43, and right? There are days when I'm like, wow, things are not panning out the way I wanted them to in my life, right? I'm still this age, I still didn't get married. Um, my acting career isn't where I would hope. I'm looking back and there's so many people ahead of me. Or I'm getting older and nobody wants an aging actor, and it's much harder to make it. But the truth is, though, that there's no rules to this shit. Like there's no set stone, and this is how it's done, right? Like the rules, especially right now with COVID, like there is no rules. What are the rules, right? Like who'd ever thought that we would have to be walking around with masks on our face all the time? Who'd ever thought that you'd have to wait outside in the cold, to get into a supermarket because it's limiting the number of people that are allowed in? And who'd ever thought that, states would be completely shut down and people can't go to bars or restaurants, right? And everything is virtual online, schools and jobs and businesses and all that, right? Places shutting down. So just shoot your shot. Who cares, right? And stop having this idea of what your life is supposed to be like. Because when you become so rigid in that, you're only just going to cause yourself lots of bad feelings and bad energy. Just let go. Learn to let go and learn to be present in every day, right? In those signs. Because when you think that things are supposed to go this way, you get caught up in the, oh no, I gotta finish this project first, because after I finish this project, that's when this will happen. And sometimes, you might get a phone call while you're so focused on that project and you don't take that phone call seriously, or you're not present in that and you let it, just ring, or you don't answer it. And that phone call might have been leading you down a completely different path, a path much greater than what you had imagined. Or, you might get fired from a job and you think that that's it, this job is, excuse me, this job, I'm heartbroken, and this job was supposed to be my ticket because I was right there to become this next position, and after I got that position, it would have looked good on my resume for me to go apply at this other company that I've been really wanting to. Well, it didn't work out that way, and you got to change gears and you change course, and guaranteed whatever happened to you didn't happen because you're trying to be punished. It's just trying to redirect and re-alter your course of where you're trying to go. And if you get free and loose in that thinking, that's when you become super dangerous. And just the whole lane and the whole game starts to open up for you. I know, I take a look at my life recently where I applied for this thing on Backstage, right? And I'm like, it's just Backstage or whatever. And there was an audition where I did it with this friend. I was on the phone with her. We were on Zoom actually. And I was like, I'm just gonna do this. We're just gonna do this one take. I'm not gonna do it multiple times. I'm just gonna do it one time and that's it. Whatever happens, happens. I don't know. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, oh well. So I did the take literally one time with my friend. She was reading the other character's lines, and I submitted the tape, and then 2 or 3 days later, I hear back from them and I got a call back. And then, I'm in a Zoom with the director, the producer, and the assistant director. And I ended up getting the part. And because of that part, I made connections with the producer, the director, and the whole crew and cast and all that. And it's opened up a whole bunch of different opportunities because I remained open. I wasn't so rigid that, no, I'm not gonna send in this audition. I'm not gonna do this because it's below, my caliber. There is no caliber. Get over yourself. And just say yes to what comes your way, and stop blocking things off, because when you do, right, like that energy right? It stops it dead in its tracks. And that force, it's hard to pick up momentum when you're always saying no to things. Momentum comes when you continuously say yes to things, and all these different opportunities start coming your way because of that. So that's today's talk for today. And if you guys got some good news, please post it in the comment section. If you guys have anything that you came across that relates to what this topic is about today, please do that. I would love to hear your feedback. It's all about engagement. All right.